This is Wexford New People's Movement Radio, broadcasting from the Bunker Studio in Red Books. It is the Red Books Show with W.J. O'Neill and Professor Steve Unicky, with Mr. Tony Bergen in studio and Mary Beery as guest later. The time now is 7 o'clock. It is the 16th of June in the year of our Lord 1904. King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra have visited Ireland to see their loving subjects. J.M. Singh has debuted his Riders to the Sea at Molesworth Hall, and the first public game of camogie has just been played in our capital. Meanwhile, a young disgruntled poet has met a chambermaid in Dublin and invited her out for a walk. It will end maybe with romance, a handjob, and the creation of a novel that will reshape Western literature. Yes, by God, yes. It's Bloomsday, Steve.
It is Bloomsday indeed, yeah.
How are you, Steve?
Doing real well, Wally. How are you doing?
Happy Bloomsday to you.
Yeah. We got quite a show tonight.
Quite a show. We aim to spend this whole show talking about Bloomsday, which, for those of you unfamiliar, and I don't think many of you will be, is the celebration, an annual international literary holiday in memory of James Joyce's epic Ulysses. And Ulysses, strange book, Steve, because I think everyone outside Ireland expects that everybody here has read it. I'm pretty sure most of us haven't.
Yeah, or haven't finished it.
Yes, or pretend to have read it.
Yeah.
But it was a genre-defining book. Changed a lot. The epic work of postmodernism in the 20th century. And we are going to get into a lot of the details about it and about his charismatic creator, Mr. James Joyce, later on. We will also be joined in the second half of the show by local poet and playwright Mary Beery.
Looking forward to Mary's coming in here, yeah.
Yeah, so Mary has a new play, He'd Folly a Stone, coming out in the Arts Centre on the 7th of July. So we'll be talking to her about that. Now, let's get to some book news first, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
So in book news this week, thousands of AI written, edited or polished books are being sold. An eerie echo of George Orwell's novel writing machines in 1984.
Oh, that is so dark. Just scary as hell.
In 2025, the AI company Anthropic, creator of Claude, agreed to pay up to 1.5 billion to thousands of authors whose works it had fed into Claude. Now, at the time, a lot of people thought that it was simply trying to give it the information contained in the non-fiction works, but now it looks like it was actually trying to train Claude to write in a more natural way and to actually mimic the creative process of writers.
Well, you put it down to one word, it looks like theft.
Absolutely, yeah. And even more insidious, isn't it, that it's actually trying to train the machine to be more human-like and fool, because there are obviously publishing houses, readers more so than publishing houses, are spotting the AI language, the AI methods of writing.
Yep.
In 1984, Orwell imagined such machines creating novels to keep the masses entertained and passive.
Yeah, I think there's a definite trend toward passivity all over the place. It's just, I can't even speak about it right now, but it's disturbing me when I walk around every day. I see like there's just, the vibrancy is, where is it, you know?
You think it's being killed by the billionaire tech bro culture?
I think it's being killed by misuse of technology and money making.
Well, let's talk about an ethical billionaire then, if we might. Our old friend Jeff Bezos, longtime friend of the show, longtime friend of Red Books, Amazon creator Jeff Bezos has finally been forced to comment on his new Prometheus project. Now, this has been going on for a long time. We've discussed it in previous episodes of the show. Even the name was being kept secret for some time. But we've now learned, according to Bezos, if we were to trust him, that this is an AI that will create physical objects and render real-world actions. Now, what that means is anyone's guess. Jeff claims that it's going to help with the development of medical technology. Do you trust Jeff to look after healthcare, Steve?
No, I don't trust him whatsoever.
Well, in ancient mythology, Prometheus is a titan known as champion of mankind who defied Zeus by stealing fire from Mount Olympus and giving it to humans, which granted them technology, civilization, and knowledge.
It looks like the Mount Olympus is stealing the fire back.
Yeah, that's good.
Everything's running in reverse.
As punishment, Zeus chained Prometheus to a rock where an eagle would eat his liver every day, only for it to regenerate that night. Now, I'm not saying we should tie Jeff Bezos to a rock and encourage an eagle to eat his liver, but what do you think, Steve?
I don't know. I think basically spread eagling him would be okay. Yeah.
So we'll keep you up to date with the Prometheus news, but it is very interesting to know if you Google the Prometheus project, you only get beneficial stories about Jeff Bezos and, you know, his altruistic motives for doing this project. And he's such a great man and he's done so much for humanity. That kind of nonsense.
Yeah, it's you know what they say about secrecy. It breeds lies.
Yeah.
So we're there.
So a new report this week by the BBC has highlighted the collapse of the high street and linked it to volatile political instability and violence on the streets in the United Kingdom.
Oh, absolutely. The uncertainty is through the roof, and when we see the kind of things we see now with violence on the streets, it's not only a safety issue, it's a depressing issue, and yeah, I mean, I agree with that assessment completely.
Nick Plum, a director of Power to Change, a think tank in the UK, says the sight of retail decay and open criminality on the main streets, which includes the setting up of businesses that are obviously fronts for money laundering, it fuels feelings of powerlessness.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. I feel that almost every day.
He says high streets are incredibly important to how people feel about the country and about politics. He has called these new areas where retail has basically been wiped out, he's called it the shuttered front, and he's linked it directly to violent political outbursts in those areas.
Yep. It has a negative effect.
And I guess we've seen some of that on this island in the last week.
We have. Yep.
People are angry, and this makes it worse. And
well, it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
People are angry because of the way they feel and what they see and the feelings of depression that are coming over them. Then they get angry and they misdirect their anger, and all they do is amplify all the problems.
Well, in Wexford town today, Steve, there are 40 empty retail units on our main street. There was zero discussion of this at last week's county council meeting, and there's been no real adequate updates in local media over the last couple of weeks. This is something we can't hide from, and we certainly can't hide from the results which we will face in the coming years. Just look at the towns in England and in the north of our own island.
Yeah, I think it's time to have some feasible improvisation, to dare to do something. Maybe it won't work, but maybe it will. But you don't know until you try something and see if lots of little experiments, see what works, you know. That's
Absolutely.
what I think.
Absolutely. Well, you're listening to the Red Book Show on Wexford New People's Movement Radio. And as we said, today is Bloomsday, a celebration of all things James Joyce. And we have a little prize to give away. So we have some beautiful books here, Steve. We have a book called Faithful Departed, the Dublin of James Joyce's Ulysses.
I was looking at that book today, Wally. The photographs are just beautiful and haunting.
A very nice edition of A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, which was published by Gillan Macmillan. We have a book by Weldon Thornton called The Anti-Modernism of Joyce's Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. We have Modernism's Body, Sex, Culture and Joyce. And this one is really good. Brenda Maddox's book classic on Nora Barnacle, Joyce's wife and minder for many years. So we're going to give away those books And all we want you to do is to text us in on WhatsApp. And we have a new WhatsApp number, which is 089 417 9972. 089 417 9972. That is our producer Tony's number. So don't be ringing him at 3 o'clock in the morning and breathing deeply down the phone. He doesn't like that. But
Anymore.
but please
That's
do
spoken for.
please do text us in on that number, and all we want to know is very simply: have you read Ulysses? Have you not read it, or do you pretend that you've read it? Just text us in to be in with a chance of winning that book bundle.
Yep, and just be honest about it.
Be honest about it, and if you haven't read it, maybe tell us why you haven't read it. Is there a reason? Because it can be a bit intimidating, I think, and it's been built into a kind of a something that's intimidating to some readers.